Hey guys, welcome back with another video with Linksy. Today we will be covering Menelaus and his army roster. Yesterday we covered Paris, and we did also a bit of campaign of Paris. Today we played Menelaus. You've seen the video, we've seen the live stream, we've explored it, and you have yet to choose the one for tomorrow. Currently it's another Trojan, Amias, I could pronounce it for the life of me. But for now, we will see. If you guys want to see something different, just let me know in the comments down below. Feel free to join Discord, and let's get started. So, what do we have today? Today we have Menelaus and his army roster. I have one of every unit of his army. We're going to look through what he has to offer. Ignore the fact that there's a timer. I'll give you a little bit of a what's happening back there. So, we have this big boy over here, Menelaus. He has pretty decent shield. We found out today 65 missiles are deflected. He has good armor. He has 35 armor, however, so in melee combat he will get ripped down. 81 morale, decent speed, decent attack bonus, lots of damage, of which so you have 300 weapon damage, you have 140 armor piercing, bonus versus heroes, an attacking interval of 4 seconds. So that is over a period of 10 seconds, something I did not notice yesterday. So the damage actually per set is much smaller per hit. This is over a prolonged period of fight. He's going to do over 1,000 damage over there and a decent charge bonus. Abilities in he comes with divine armor. He gets Dread of Ares, Threads of Fate, and Shield Wall, which he took. Interesting. Allies in range does not have enough range, so he can force units to make shield wall. That's very interesting in itself. Really strong unit, really good to play with. Then right here we have the most basic unit, Laconian Militia. You've seen these guys. These guys are the backbone of your army at the start. They're 350 strong, 350 gold. They're pretty much Hillman without the pila, or plebs if you would love Rome too. They're nothing to write home about. 35 armor. They do have a little bit of missile block chance. It seems they have 40%. Shields are very strong in this game, but that's only from the front, and then they will get ripped to shreds by archers if they're shot from the flanks. Morale of 50, it's not bad, but then their damage, melee defense, attack, everything else is just bad. They're good for flanking, they're good for surrounding, but they are, swift-footed, so they can run around and miss missiles. Apart from that, they're rebel. So, moving on to the next unit, slightly better equipped spears, decent armor. Actually, the bundles are really nice. Like, you look at those muscles, but there's nothing behind that slight light leather. They have 35 armor. Again, they have a little bit of missile block chance, 40%, which is not bad, but considering the size of the unit, that's gonna definitely affect the unit significantly. Morale is much better. We're looking at 64 morale, which is very close to Menelaus 81. Slower speed, so they're more of a hold unit, but they do no damage whatsoever to speak of. They do have a bonus versus Axemen, and they do have bonus versus swords, and bonus versus large, mostly because of the spears, and their range does help them, but only just, and only slightly, and that's really good. And I think they are on 550 gold as for the custom battles. I did not write all the gold prices down, but we can look at them as well later on. Down over here we have the Lacronian Axemen. I cannot stress how much I'm liking these shock infantry. Really nice axes they have over here. They are a medium weight class. They have amazing charger abilities. Excellent armor piercing damage. They do a decent amount of damage. Most of it is armor piercing, mostly because of their axe. They're amazing as a flanking unit, and they are going to be your breakers. So the spears hold the front, these guys charge the rear, and for the early game, having 2 to 4 of these guys in the campaign is going to prove to be incredibly important. Moving on, we get the Laconian Hillman, which are pretty much the same. They have trash armor piercing compared to these guys. In fact, they also have trash armor. They have 25 armor, which is just a small bit of bronze plate in the front, and nothing else. 80 damage compared to 58 damage compared to the 80. They have more charge bonus, however, and they are faster. They have a speed of 48, and they will be running into the enemy quite fast. There would be a really good flanking unit to catch up with the archers and deal damage to the archers. They will not do well against infantry, but against lightly armored skirmishers, they're the stuff that you want to send in and to charge them from the sides or maybe set an ambush. They're amazing. Running quickly into proper axemen over here. These guys mean business. These are freaking good. They are really, really good units. So you're looking over here, they have 60 armor, they have these morale as well, 68, good speed, good melee attack, good melee defense. Their damage is nothing to write home about, but 72 damage per second per individual unit of 90 is really good. Now keep in mind that these units are the base units till here. Now we're going to go into the more advanced units. And most of this costs on their 600 gold per unit. I believe these are just 600, and yeah, it just is going to ramp up really quickly from here. Shielded Spearman is basically the Spearmen which you just saw on the lighter ones. These guys have more armor, however, and they have more morale. They have a bit more damage as well. If you are to compare them together, you can see they're just slightly better overall. But these guys can switch weapons as well. Can these guys switch weapons? No, these guys cannot. These guys can switch their weapons and they can do the weapon switch thing, which is really cool. And they do lose a lot from that melee defense, and their armor is shredded so slightly. As you can see, their armor, that missile resistance, since they have a large shield, 60%, so these are an incredibly important unit in your army. They will hold off the line. If you still have enough gold, I would prefer getting 2 of these over 3 of these cheaper ones. Laconian Spearmen over here, again similar to the Axemen. They are, if again comparing it to Rome Total War, they're your basic swordsmen, so the thorax swordsmen. They're slightly advanced, they're a good unit, they hold their ground, they know what they're up to. They're around 700 gold to buy, and again in custom battles, of course, that's what we're talking about. They're a fantastic unit in terms of damage. They are really good into getting into the rear ranks of a unit and ripping them apart. But they're also a good hold unit, as you can see. Decent armor, decent melee block chance, 55%. And morale is really good. I like the use of shields to block missiles from the front again. The melee block chance for the archers is only from the front. If these units turn and run, they get shot in the rear and they will melt. They're a good unit overall. I wouldn't get too many of them. There are better units in terms of shields, and the Axemen and the Hillman club infantry does the job slightly better, but yeah, I mean, there's place for them, but I believe it's going to be very situational considering what I have seen up till now. And now we get to the Renowned. Now, just so we make it clear, every faction has a basic unit and the Renowned of a number of units. The Renowned are basically just souped up, beefed up units. So comparing the Renowned Laconian Axemen with the Laconian Axemen, we can see the difference. They have more armor, they have more morale. They are the same speed, but then they have ridiculously almost twice as much melee attack, and their damage is of course similar, but their melee attack is going to be better. And these guys, that little extra armor, that little extra melee attack is going to be better because they're going to kill the enemy faster and they're going to survive longer in the fight. So that's going to be something that would really be interesting to do. I really need to get rid of that stamina thing on the side. Alright, so these are my boys. These are something, again, as I was saying, these are stuff that you want. Eventually in the campaign you will get a lot of these. In multiplayer we have yet to see what will happen, and that's something that I know a lot of you are looking forward to. Now to my favorite unit up till now, the Light Spear Runners. Amazing unit. I just must say, look at their armor, their leather armor. Again, this is not on the highest graphics fidelity. There's a little bit of just glitching through, but that's mostly because of my machine. And but these units, they're just so good. They're wearing leather armor, they have some bronze around the edges, and they have bronze tipped spears and really good shields, looking shields. I must say I am a big fan of these. These are one of the few units that actually have pila or missiles. In this case they have 4 javelins. Each javelin is armor piercing and it does 30 damage, 9 of which 13 of which is armor piercing, and they have 7.5 seconds to reload time. They are really fast with a speed of 55. They have high morale. They have low armor but decent melee block, missile block chance. But their melee defense is really high, and their melee attack is really high as well. These are the unit that, oh, they have bonus Axemen, swordsmen, and bonus versus large. The way I use these guys is I run them out in the rear of the... Oh, they get 66 speed. Oh, I did not know this. Damn, 66 speed is nuts, and their damage goes so much higher. Their melee defense does go down, but you charge them into the rear of archers. No archer is going to outrun these guys. As we shall see later on, archers have usually in the 50s. 66. They are fast. I mean, if we just click them, like, look how fast they are compared to these guys. Okay, wait, let's do it like this. Look at the speed. Look at the bloody speed of these guys. They're like trotting around like they deserve it. Okay, you guys go back to there. Go back to your place, boys. Alright, talking about going back to your place. Now we're looking at armored, shielded spearmen. These guys... Ooh-wee. These guys are wearing bronze plate armor. Again, it's not going to be the best armor, but definitely it's going to be useful. They have decent shields as well. They have ridiculously high armor, 75 missile block chance. They are difficult to kill. If they're holding the front, they will make sure they will hold. As long as they're not the rear charge, they'll do well. Their morale is also very high, but they are slow, so once in place they're very difficult to maneuver. They just do well against most unit types, and they are relatively slow, but a really good blocking unit. Again, if you have space for them, take them, but there are other units which are better if, again, situationally, see what you're doing. If you're fighting land battles, other units will be better, but this one will be incredible in siege defense, and maybe even siege attack when you're going up against those arrow towers and trying to take the walls. Now, there are armored chargers. This is two-handed spear infantry, and when you compare these two together, you'll see they have similar stats. So let's click on this and wait, click on that, and we'll just see the small little bar shows comparatively how different they are. They are slightly okay. These guys are slightly faster than the 28 speed. Okay, let's do it like that. These guys are slightly faster than 28 speed, and they have more melee attack, a little less melee defense, and a little less damage. But then they have a ridiculously fast charge bonus 32 compared to that of 15 over there, so twice as much charge bonus. And these are really good in flanking. As you can see, they actually have experts in flanking, and meaning flanking in this game is going to be so important. Flanking a unit, you can break a unit pretty much instantly in a few seconds, because flanking, you know, morale breaks really quickly that way. Now, going to the heroic axe warriors, we're looking at something 1,200 gold. These guys are your Praetorian guard. These guys are your bloody temple guard. These guys are the guys that will hold, the guys that will do damage. They will chop and jump and kill everything. They have really cool axes. The grass is a bit tall over here. Really nice axes over there. 95 armor, really good block chance. They have 91 morale. Again, they're very slow. They're heavily armored. They can't walk much, but then they have 44 melee attack, 54 melee defense, 118 damage, mostly against swordsmen, and they do really well against spears. Weak charge, but then they have 2 javelins with 51 damage each, and the armor piercing and 75 range. So this is a unit you'll bring one, and it will be your coup de grace. It's when everything is going bad, you throw this in, and this will clean everything up for you. Their version with two-handed axes, which over here are, I believe, are like 80 gold more. These guys are just monsters with regards to charge. They do have the peel as well, the javelin, but they only have 44 damage, just a slightly less. But their charge bonus is much higher, and they don't have the shield, of course. These two units again are the same thing, just one of them has more damage. So you're talking different uses. These guys will be really good at charging to the rear. These guys are really good at flanking and holding the line comparatively, and they will do damage. So I believe these one are 1,300 and 1,280, something like that, or 1,220. Compared with the armor charges as well. These two armor charges and armor spearmen, you're looking at the thousands. Now we're back to the slingers. Basic slingers, boys. These slingers are just the best around. Look at them. They're ready. They have the sling in hand. For once, they actually have a sling in hand. And all their Total War titles, they did not. Keep in mind, guys, this is a medium graphics fidelity. This is beautiful. Now, against slingers, No armor to speak of, absolutely no armor. But they do have 160 range. They do have 25 missile damage. They do have 38 ammunition. 38 ammunition. They will keep shooting and shooting and shooting and shooting and shooting. They will not stop. They are fast with 48 speed. They will not keep up with the light spears, but they will do their damage. They can really kite, and they have decent damage over time. Nothing I really has to say about these guys. They're just really good to keep shooting. They're a good harassing unit, and it's good to have 1 or 2 in the army if you have the extra gold. Light bowmen, nothing to write home about either. They do have good ammunition. They do not have the same range. They do have less damage than the Slingers, but they do have more accuracy and higher damage per second, I believe. No, they do have the same damage per second. But they do have a little bit more melee defense, melee attack. It's not a unit I would bring unless you want to arc your shots much better than these guys, but that is not much to arc the shots per se. These are the units that we want to talk about. Renowned Slingers. Renowned Slingers are really good. Why? Because apart from having 28 ammunition, 180 range guys, 37 missile damage, they have a decent attack. So when you look at the attack between melee attack of the Laconian Militia, they're almost the same with regards to the Slingers. They do have 26 melee attack, they do have 18 melee defense, and they will hold the line as long as possible. Doing a really good job with that as well. It's a unit that you will want. I prefer these guys over the basic Slingers. Keep in mind, on a side note, which I forgot to say, from the light spears onwards, they're only 68, whereas in a unit, whereas before we had 90. This is because the higher the quality of the unit, the less the units there are, as we will see very soon. It's a really good unit to have and really powerful. Renowned bowmen, same thing. They have more damage. They have 150 range compared with the basic bowmen. Actually, one last thing, the Slingers have 180 range, the Renowned Slingers. The damage is higher on the Slingers than on the bowmen, but the bowmen are good at dealing with heavier armor. They do have a bit more missile piercing. They have 4, and these guys have... No, they're both the same. I'm not entirely sure what is the benefit of these guys, but they're there, and they're quite useful. Again, Menelaus is not known for his missiles, so probably that's why. Because when you look at Troy, especially in the campaign we enjoyed it yesterday, the live stream, when I had 7 bowmen, they were melting everything in their sight. Renowned armored Slingers. Now these guys are the heavy hitters. 180 range, 48 missile damage, 30 ammunition, good charge bonus, good speed, decent morale, and they are really looking badass. They will do the damage. They're a really good unit. And there's nothing really to say. They'll beat everything else, but you're looking something like 800 gold just for one unit, and that's something. All right, back to your place, boys. Now to the Chariots, the beautiful Chariots. Let's observe them. Wicker baskets with wheels, crazy effects. What do they have? They have 45 armor, nothing that good. They have 74 speed, so they are very fast. Really good attack and 50 charge bonus, which is the highest thing we found till now. They are really good at just charging through units and breaking unit formations. They will break units almost instantly if they recharge an enemy unit. So there's something to look at. And then there's the reinforced chariots, which are basically the heavier armored version. They're basically better at everything. So like looking at them, chariots and these. Like this, as you can see, they're better pretty much at everything. It regards to speed, they're slightly lower, but then everything else they're much higher. In terms of armor, morale, damage, etc., they will do much better. They have 10 more charge bonus, 2 more damage, but they are really good units to have, and they will be your finishers. And over here we have the Spartoi, steel-plated units from what I can see. They are an unbreakable heavy class. They have only 45 individuals in the unit, 40 armor. They have 75 morale, which you don't really need because they are unbreakable. They do go on a rampage. They do ridiculous amounts of damage. They're 46 charge bonus on a unit. They hit you as heavy as a truck, or in this case a chariot. They're fantastic. If we just make them go forward, you can see them. They are really good in general. and they speak for themselves. Spartoi, I think they're just a hint, a nod towards the Spartans over there. Finally, the guy that has created so many problems. Just come over here, boy. I said good. Just come here. Thank you. Can you see him? Oh, well, the ground trembles under the Cyclops' feet. Cyclops is literally the size of an abnormal individual. He is basically a berserker. He's a siege unit, pretty much. That's the best thing he can do. He fights gates. He does damage at gates. Has special missile weapon, which we don't see, have yet to see in fighting. Good charge bonus, really high damage. This unit is basically what you use to rear charge something. You do not want this guy to get into missile fire. He will melt. Please come over here, buddy. He has 55 speed, so he's really fast. And as you can see, let's make him run. Run, boy, run! 55 speed. I really like the camera shake that happens. 10 armor, though, is really bad. His morale is good, and his charge is really good. And if we send him over there to break the gate, he probably would be able to break it, but I'm going to show you how quickly he will die. How would you use this unit? Spartoi Rampage. No, not Spartoi, I want to Cyclops. Yes, he causes fear. He's a siege attacker. He is boulder toss. Oh, he tosses a boulder. Okay. And has 130 range. Oh, that's the ability. Okay. Interesting. I want to test something out since we are doing this video. Oh yeah. I can press that to remove all the foliage. Which is a real, if you press spacebar, something I found really cool is you remove foliage, which allows you to enjoy this, but also organize your items really well. If I was to do this, the walls are indestructible. I was wondering if the tossing of the boulder would do anything. So we're sending him in. He's running in through the fields, and let's see how fast he is. I don't think he'll even make it to the walls. And but you know, who knows, maybe he will, maybe he won't. Running in like a madman, like proper mad lad. Is he gonna try and toss his boulder? Oh my god, that is hilarious. So he tosses a boulder. Yeah, good old Cyclops. He's actually running fast enough to run away, but let's see how fast he'll break the gate. And we'll wrap up this video over here. The Cyclops taking down the gate on his own. Let's see how fast he does. He's not hitting the gate. Come on, hit the gate. Oh, beautiful. Damn, 9 damage. That's really good. Yeah, he's basically a battering ram. And he took quite a bit of damage actually from just running up to the wall. They're yelling. He will break the gate really fast if we put him like this. He does take his sweet time to attack though. Destroy the bloody gate. Come on. You have to... Interesting, so you can actually get the attack orders to be done faster if you keep clicking. That's something that we have to let CA know.
The enemy gates have been destroyed.
Let's see how well he'll do. Yeah, he's not doing well. He's not having fun. He's killing a few. Let's see if he does this. No, he can't. He was interrupted.
You are about to capture the gates.
Oh, that does actually a lot of damage. But you only get 2 shots of it, right? Or no, it seems you get a little bit more. Well, let the Cyclops fight over there, and yeah, I think this is all of the units that Menelaus has to offer. It is 23 units, which is a good roster. Quite good variety. His units are, as you can see, mostly heavily infantry based. He has really good shock units, really good infantry holding line units. His missiles leave something to be desired, but he's definitely a unit to look, an army to look at, and definitely fun to play with. I hope that you enjoyed. Oh, he's died. Hey, you got 75 kills and died. That unit costs a lot of gold. guys, thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying this. Please let me know what you want to see. Comments in the description box below. Ping me on Discord, right on the Discord channel. Really happy to try and provide the content you want to see. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with more content on Total War Troy. And end of this week I'll also get some Rome up as well, just cause specifically for you guys. Alright, peace out guys. Take care and goodbye.